dear Governor, dear friends, associates, dear representatives of the media, dear guests. It's a great honor and pleasure to open the first economic forum in Skopje, organized by the Delphi Economic Forum, Greece, and to the Hellenic Business Association in North Macedonia, and in partnership and cooperation with the domestic companies. The pleasure is even greater that at the first economic forum in Skopje, today we are all together with the dear colleagues from the region, the Prime Minister Rama, ministers, ambassadors, mayors, business leaders, Commissioner Verhey, who's participating online, as well as many friends and guests. I would like to express congratulations to the organizers for the excellent topics, focusing on the most essential issues that are important to North Macedonia, to the region and the world, especially when we talk about the directions for sustainable development and global stability. I believe that with every panel session, there will be very good conclusions to be implemented in practice. The first Skopje Economic Forum has a great potential to grow into a traditional gathering that every year at the highest level will join international and national political leaders, ambassadors, entrepreneurs, renowned persons in different fields. North Macedonia is nurturing, fostering European values, political will, and it's building good neighborly relations that are important for good prosperity and better standard for its citizens. The message that has been sent from the Delphi summit in Athens, that was held 1 month ago, is being sent from Skopje. We need a prosperous Balkan of the 21st century, integrated into the European Union. Today I will just add also Balkans living in the today, building for tomorrow. And divisions among the people in the Balkans will take us nowhere. I'm very proud that North Macedonia has achieved an agreement with Greece, and today we are members of NATO. We have the support by Greece, also on our European road, and we are thankful for that. NATO membership means safety, security, but also excellent opportunity for economic development. Our country has fulfilled all the conditions to start negotiations to become EU member, which is unconditionally confirmed by the European Commission, as well as majority of the 26 out of 27 EU members. In this occasion, I would like to express gratitude to all EU member countries that have been supporting us to start with this process during this current presidency, which is still in the hands of Portugal, and to be followed by Slovenia. I would like to express gratitude, especially for the continued support by the United States of America, the US President Biden, who recently, at the margins of the NATO summit in Brussels, we had an opportunity to discuss about the strategic investments in energy and the American, Greek, Macedonian gas pipeline in Alexandroupolis, which is one of the many projects to be developed here with our partners in the region. At this first economic forum, I would like to send a message to the investors to take use of the opportunities and to bring their capital in North Macedonia. The government is developing a favorable environment both for the national and international investors. The national economy is stable and it's growing. We have achieved great growth for all investors with their production in the economic zones reaching 3.4 million euros in 2020, which is the year of the pandemic. The investments participate with 46% of the total export at a national level and have a 8% share in the GDP. The Director for Technological and Industrial Zones is the focus point for the investors who need support to invest in the free industrial zones in North Macedonia. It's a key partner for many foreign investors. to invest in these zones. The economy in the first quarter of 2021 has grown for 30% in comparison to the same period in 2020, when for 2.5 months there was no activity, and 41% growth in comparison to 2018, which is a real record in the past 4 years. The positive trend has continued in April with 7% growth of the export in comparison to the previous month, or 279 million euros. We have signed 15 new agreements with new investors, out of them 5 are new in the industrial zones. The value of these contracts is 7 million euros when it comes to investments. Even during pandemic, the companies have maintained the number of employees with the trend of growing. Out of the 30 companies have expressed their intentions to investments, and we are negotiating for investments of 425 million euros and a plan for creating about 8,000 new jobs. We are also expecting to conclude the biggest agreement for foreign investment, bigger than 100 million euros, which is going to be the biggest foreign direct investments since the establishment of the technological development zones 20 years ago. I want to emphasize that the favorable conditions for investments in North Macedonia are evident and confirmed by the existing companies in the country. Apart from having a low taxes of about 10% of tax on profit, the investments in the zones mean that they would be exempt from the profit tax for 10 years, and also the personal income tax, 10% of direct subsidies for the investments, and the 10% depend on several conditions. The average salaries, employments, the economic completion of the project, etc. The investments in research and development, up to 50% are subsidized directly from the budget of the Republic of North Macedonia. The support, we offer continued support for qualification of the employees in order to follow the trend of investments of all investors in North Macedonia. Dear guests, we are entering a new phase of economic development that will move the increased regional cooperation, implementing all the necessary standards that apply for all the EU member countries, as well as the latest intervention plan for 2027 for economic development. EP covers all the investments planned to start in our country, including the private investments of both domestic and foreign investors. It's a strategic document with defined elements like the value of planned investments of more than 8 billion euros. A complementary plan for EP 2020-2027. We are completing the plan for the growth accelerating plan, opening new opportunities to attract private capital, combination of public-private investments, creating legal opportunities for their implementation, as well as by introducing innovative financial instruments attractive for the private capital. Dear ladies and gentlemen, what will follow is to enhance the regional exchange of goods and services, as well as movement of people, capital and knowledge, which would mean overcoming all existing barriers. Secondly, we need to upgrade the process of digitalization in the country by providing digital services, skills, infrastructure and security. And afterwards, there will be improvement of the competing capability of the Macedonian economy by structural changes, improved skills, by better education, research and innovation, involvement in the existing, as well as creating new industrial values. In this occasion, I would like to emphasize that It's very important in the context of the regional economic integration of the Republic of North Macedonia, as well as of the entire Western Balkans, but also in the context of the economic integration in the European Union, is the accepted initiative to expand the so-called green corridors. Those corridors in the area of the Western Balkans were established during the pandemic, and now we need to expand them towards the transport corridors with the neighboring countries, EU member countries. This decision has been made, but there are some challenges for its implementation. The green corridors are very important because convincingly most of the trade exchange of both North Macedonia as well as the other countries in the Western Balkans is with the EU member countries. The Republic of Greece and the Republic of North Macedonia are neighboring countries, and establishing such a corridor that will ease the exchange of goods among the countries will help the future economic development. My cabinet and the cabinet of the Prime Minister Mitsotakis, we are working so that we would have this corridor, the first green corridor in this region. In addition, a very important part for the future vision of the development of North Macedonia is the green agenda. The green agenda is a strong signal and step forward for better integration in the EU policies in regard to climate and environment. The implementation of such an agenda will help the country to transform its economy by applying practices and standards that are efficient in regard to resources and neutral in regard to climate. But this will definitely demand dedicated work by everybody in order to be harmonized with the climate goals of EU in order to achieve climate neutrality by 2050. We will need important, significant investments, as well as having ambitious goals in regard to circular economy, sustainable agriculture, and production of food. And another thing that I would like to mention, as the last thing I am going to mention in my address, is to implement the investments in North Macedonia planned in the field of energy. The strategy for development of energy of the Republic of North Macedonia up to 2040 envisages complete energy transformation of the country and accelerated convergence towards economy with low level of carbonization. This is based on three pillars. First of all, significant increase of the share of renewable sources of energy in the energy sector. Secondly, improving the energy efficiency. And thirdly, amending the legislation in the field of energy and energy policies in line with the EU standards and the European Energy Community. Dear ladies and gentlemen, the pandemic has emphasized the need that we have to unite the societies, the governments, and the companies, and to adapt to the new reality in order to design policies that are focused on building equality, inclusiveness, and sustainability of the economies. The positive trends of the new development economy are already evident. There is a growth in the export, trade, there also in the field of loans of businesses and citizens, and growth of the average wages. We are planning a growth of 4.1% and also 10.6% growth in the export. The number of employees to grow and also to reduce the unemployment below 15%. We are working on immunization in the country. The pandemic is under control. The global economy is in recovery, and we are expecting to have an increase in the demand. This important event today is another step towards improving and enhancing the policies based on trust and long-term vision. I'm convinced that there will be new successful partnership friendships and cooperation that are of vital importance and applicable for the government of North Macedonia. I wish you a successful day, successful beginning of this Delphi Forum here in Skopje, and I really hope that you will take positive impressions with you out of this forum. Thank you.
Почитуван премиере, ви благодарам навистина многу за вашето учество на овој настан и за вашите одлични коментари, рековте многу важни работи и морам да ви кажам дека навистина веруваме дека оваа држава има навистина голем економски потенцијал, мислам дека во оваа пост-ковид ера економската состојба во државата уште повеќе ќе се подобри и ние во организацијата на овој форум навистина ќе работиме напорно да го продолжиме и понатаму овој напор за поддржување на вашата држава. Вие сте многу важен политички лидер во овој регион и сигурен сум дека историјата нема да ги заборави вашите две иницијативи да го потпишете Преспанскиот договор со Грција, кој што овозможи прием на Северна Македонија во НАТО алијансата. Ви благодариме за вашата храброст и би сакале да ви увериме дека ќе направиме се што можеме навистина овој форум да стане важна конференција која редовно ќе се одржува во овој регион. Со ова ги завршуваме воведните излагања и би сакал сега да ја поканам господјата Сања Васиќ, која ќе ги најави говорниците од следниот панел. Ќе му возможиме на премиерот да замине, а потоа продолжуваме со многу важни дискусии во однос на стабилноста, регионалната стабилност и соработката. Уште еднаш ви благодарам многу, премиере. Еден аплауз ако може за премиерот.